they're doing duct leakage testing at a frame stage. The reason we're doing this today is as a quality control measure to ensure that the duct system is going to be performing as it's intended to perform. In other words, if the duct system has a lot of leakage, it's not going to deliver the airflow to the certain areas of the house where it needs the airflow to go to. So you may have a room that's cooler or hotter versus how the other parts of the house are going to be in terms of temperature. And so when we run this, it gives us a measure of how leaky it is, and then if it's beyond a certain threshold, we insert a fogging agent into the system, and then once the fog comes out of the system where all those leaks are at, that tells us where the leaks are at. That's where the HVAC contractor then can come back and address those areas of leakage.
Okay, so first go around, they're sealing up all the ductwork, any type of penetrations that they have in that. Correct. And then essentially what you're doing is blowing up the ductwork like a balloon to see if it holds air.
Right.
And if there's any leaks, then the HVAC contractor is going back around and sealing up those leaks.
Correct. And so we provide the information on where it's leaking at, and in this case they've used a lot of mastic, a lot of this gray pooky stuff, and it's great. It's the best substance to use in sealing a duct system instead of using a tape, which could fail with time. And so they're doing a quality job here. In this case, since the air handler for the ground source heat pump isn't installed yet, they had to cut 2 holes in each trunk, one to supply, this one to return, and so we tested them each individually.
Okay.
And so we're still accounting for that quality control measure to ensure that they're still going to be performing in tightly, so that the air is going to go where intended.
So we make sure that both the supply to the house, the warm air or the cool air being delivered to the rooms, is not leaking anywhere in the house. And then in return, that air that's coming back to be heated or cooled is also not leaking out. It's a tight, closed system.
Right. One important feature that helps that is you guys are doing a lot of your hard ducted returns. And so hard ducted returns are very influential and play a big role in maintaining that duct tightness. So instead of sucking air from within wall cavities or rims or possibly the outside, it's going to be pulling the air back through the select registers that the duct system design is set to pull the air from.
Okay.
And it's all within conditioned space, which is another important point, so that you're not going to be getting extreme temperatures from the outside influencing your ducts. And so it's not going to lose the heating or cooling value of that air that's being ducted through. So.
Okay. Now, is this a requirement of an Energy Star 3.0 home?
The quality control step that we're doing here today is not, but the reason we do this today is that if we were to test at final and this duct system were to fail at final, well, you can't really get to the duct system then because it's all covered up. So if there's any issue now, we're able to identify those issues and then address it while it's still exposed, and then that ensures success down the road.
Okay.
So it's a very commendable step that GJ Gardner is doing. You don't need to allow the house to breathe, but you need to allow the inhabitants of that house to breathe. And so that's why one of the features that GJ Gardner's installed in this home is the mechanical ventilation system, which is balanced. It's going to ensure that indoor air quality is maintained. They're going through and they're sealing these up during the construction process to reduce the amount of dirt and debris into the duct system. That further improves or enhances the indoor air quality when the homeowners move in. Sealing these duct boots to the subfloor as well is very important when it comes to the performance of the mechanical system, so that the air that gets delivered through that mechanical system is going to be directed to where it's intended to, this living space, not the floor joist between the floors. And so that's going to also further enhance the quality and comfort of the homeowners in this home. So great details.